Tony, do me a favor. Name the New York Jets wide receivers.
Garrett Wilson,
Okay.
Alien Smith,
Okay.
Adeline Mitchell, and John Mechie.
I think my favorite thing, because this has been happening for a week, is you keep on saying, like, Adeline Mitchell. It's Adonai. The Lord our God is one, Tony. Adonai. It's a name for God. Adonai. Say it.
Adonai.
That's not even close. But you know what? We're not even going to waste our time talking about the Jets today. Let's just start the podcast.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. I'm your host, Tony Cinelli, along with my co-host, Gianni Cinelli. How are you, Gianni?
Tony, I'm fat. That's how I'm doing. We are a couple days delayed because of Thanksgiving. And I was out of town. Now I'm back. Sorry for the late episode, everybody. That's on me. Tony, we got a show today.
Yes, we do.
One thing we want everyone to be aware of is this episode is going to be a little bit longer because we are going to take off the upcoming Monday. We're releasing late this week. We're going to take off the Monday so we don't hit you back to back. And then we're going to release the next Monday. So this is a little bit longer of an episode than normal, but we hope you all enjoy. And we're going to open up with something a little bit different. I think the fans have spoken, and I think they want a little bit more soccer. Now, Tony, if it's not obvious, is still really learning about soccer and specifically the Premier League. So I made Tony watch his very first Tottenham Hotspur game against, who did they play?
Newcastle.
Nice. All right. So Tony, I pointed out a couple things to you during the match. What type of things stood out to you during the match?
Yes, first thing was this Kudus guy.
Mohamed Kudus.
Mohamed Kudus.
What are your thoughts on Mohamed Kudus? What is Tottenham doing with him?
Apparently they're funneling with him.
They're funneling the ball through him. I'm feeding you this stuff, man. I'm feeding you this
They're
stuff.
funneling the ball.
I told Tony that basically Mohamed Kudus is just doing hero ball. Tottenham's entire plan of moving the ball from their, let's be honest, elite backline players, great defenders, all of them. Christian Romero, amazing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Mickey Van de Ven, even Kevin Donzo, great players. Destiny Udogie, Jed Spence, Pedro Porro. I mean, these are all great defenders. But the problem is Tottenham's not progressing the ball past their defense into the attacking third, where they're able to create chances and score goals. They have had record-breaking lows on expected goals this year. I mean, that is crazy. And I said to Tony, watch what happens with Mohamed Kudus. They pass him the ball, and then they basically say, do a miracle. Tony, you watched your first Tottenham game today. What did you think?
Yeah, like what you said, I really didn't really believe you when you said that. But after watching the few times they were coming down, they were just passing him the ball all the time. It was like, oh, here we go. Just give it to Mohamed Kudus and let him do something. It wasn't like another player. Like everything had to go through him.
Now, if you're the coach on the other team, what are you going to do?
Double team him.
You're just going to double team him, and that's what they're doing. And the thing is, they're double teaming him, and then you think, okay, well, that creates an opening somewhere else, right? But none of our players know how to pass the ball. None of them are technically gifted. Now, I think Randall Colomowani was doing great. He scored 2 great goals against his home club in PSG. And bless his heart, though, Brennan Johnson, he's just not a creator. He actually put in a couple decent crosses today, but Tottenham couldn't funnel the ball to him the same way they could do it with Mohamed Kudus. I think what they'd like to do is they'd like to put 2 miracle men on the team. They'd like to basically clone Mohamed Kudus with Antoine Semenyo and put him on the opposite wing so that they can do that, but on both sides so that it's not obvious who it's going to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I still think that's lazy, though. I still feel like giving the ball to a good player and saying, hey, do a miracle and score us a goal. I feel like that's not great, you know? Aside from that, Tony, what were some other things that stuck out to you about maybe the goals in the game today?
Yeah, well, when I was watching the game, I looked at you and I said, I didn't know his name, but this guy, I said, it showed Cristiano Romero got a yellow card. and you said, "Oh, surprise, surprise!" And then later at that crazy kick he scored,
The bicycle kick?
the bicycle kick.
Yeah.
You were he's really good, and I said to you, "Oh, it seemed like you made him that he wasn't that good."
He is an aggressive player. He's got like a lion's personality. He gets a lot of yellow cards. It's actually gotten better. He used to get a ton more, and he used to miss a bunch of games through suspensions. But he's now the captain of the team, and I think that's matured him a lot. He won the World Cup with Messi in Argentina. I mean, he's a superb Rolls Royce of a defender. He really is. But today he scored 2 goals. He scored a great headed goal, a diving header. We will put that in the show notes. So keep an eye in the show notes for both of these goals, okay? He scored an amazing diving header, and he scored a bicycle kick. Now, what was crazy about that bicycle kick is it came in off a corner. Romero was definitely fouled, okay? He's laying on the ground after being fouled. The ball comes in, it gets hit in the air.
Gets up.
And he gets up. He gets up faster than people who are already there. He runs over and then hits a bicycle kick. A defender hits a bicycle kick to tie the game 2-2. That's what it means to be a captain. That's what it means, I guess, technically to lead from the front. But he's really leading from the back because he's a defender. Anything else that stood out to you about the Tottenham game?
No, not really, but there was another game, yeah.
Between Fulham and Manchester City. And Fulham was getting destroyed. I mean, Manchester City's great, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, let's just talk real quick about Erling Haaland, who in 111 games has scored 100 goals.
Yeah.
That is the fastest to 100 goals of any player in the Premier League. Faster than Harry Kane, who I think was about 143, and faster than Alan Shearer, which is about 120. And Alan Shearer, Tony, was like one of the best players to ever play the game. But before we move past it, credit to Fulham. They really came back. I mean, 5-4? What a great
They were
game.
down 5-1 at one time.
I think 4-1. But either way, I mean, they came back and they played so well.
Yeah, we gave up.
And we'll put those highlights in the show notes too. Tony, just from time constraints, I'm going to ask you some really quick questions about college football, and then we're going to talk about UFC 323, okay?
Okay.
Can you give me a couple of games that are coming up in the college football conference games?
Yes, it's the conference championship. The big game is the top 2 teams fighting for a position, and this is a big one between number 1 ranked Ohio State versus second ranked Indiana. This is for a lot of people think both of these quarterbacks could be a Heisman, and whoever wins the game shows up could be the Heisman candidate. I like Indiana to upset Ohio State.
Wow.
I'm a big. Indiana has such a great story.
Yep.
And I would love to see them do something.
I feel like you pick football teams the same way that mom picks wines. You love a story. You ever sat down with mom and she's like, "Have you tried this red wine?"
Yeah.
It's from Orange Swift. The story. Okay. So there were 3 blind mice and they couldn't afford their own winery. So they went to all the wineries across the country and they found one winery that would help them. Anyways,
And Dad's like,
and Dad's like, "Why? Why did you buy this wine?" The story, John. The story.
Oh.
Sorry. What were we talking about?
about
College football championship.
conferences.
I'll tell you, man. I watched Ohio State embarrass Michigan, which was really nice because Rachel has an ex-boyfriend from Michigan, and it was really not from Michigan who cheered on Michigan, and I was like, let's go. Anytime they lose, I'm happy. Anyways, dude, that game was crazy, and
Yeah. Ohio State
destroyed them. And I will say, there was some controversy in that game when Ohio State got a receiving touchdown, and it looked like it might have been a fumble out of the back of the end zone. I sent Tony a video. I sent him like 6 videos about this. What do you think, Tony? You know what I thought.
That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown, obviously. The idea that it was controversial was the stupidest opinion. Listen, man, I have a sports podcast with my brother. I'm a sports commentator now. I understand that sometimes you need to make up a controversy.
That was not a controversy.
That was not a controversy. I will put this in the show notes. That was not a controversy. There was nothing controversial about that catch. That was obviously a touchdown. So, Tony, you're taking Mendoza and the boys for the Indiana game?
Yes.
Let's see it. I'm looking forward to it.
There's some other games.
Yeah?
Alabama versus Georgia.
Okay.
I Alabama.
Really?
Now there's Virginia versus Duke. Keep an eye out for that one because I have some weird something to say, but it depends on another team that makes it.
Okay.
So hopefully they don't, because if they do, I will go at it. But we'll save that for another time.
Mm-hmm. Tony really wanted to talk about Miami. I told him we didn't have time.
Well, also Boise State. If you guys know me, I love Boise State.
Shout out Boise State. Boise State, pay to bring Tony to a game. Bring me too. We'll do a podcast. We'll do a promo. Whatever you need.
Yeah. We're playing UNLV. And then there's a big game between North Texas versus Tulane.
Okay.
And winner of that one, I believe there's only one mid-major team that makes it into the college football playoffs. And I'm picking North Texas.
Okay.
Again, another underdog, but they have a quarterback that I read the story. His name is Brett Messenberger. He didn't even play high school football. He was a serial star recruit. Now plays at North Texas. Started off as the sixth stringer, and now he's a freshman.
Okay.
Like one in the top 5 of college in passing yards and stuff. And he plays for North Texas.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Just like brother to brother. I was talking to Rachel about this the other day. Neither one of us are great athletes. Do you ever watch college football and say, like, I'd kind of give anything to be out there?
Yes.
Sometimes I just like a Notre Dame game. You know, you see the golden helmets. Or like you look at like the Alabama red uniforms. You look at like the Boise State field and you're like, I would give anything to like run out of that tunnel and like play for a team like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's just something about it. I mean, it's exhilarating. It's intoxicating. But I will say, being a college athlete is a lot of work that I probably wouldn't have wanted to do. But man, does it look fun. Okay. Let's talk UFC 323, which has a co-main card. Tony,
What main card? Main
card, yeah.
You said co-main card.
I give up. Anyways, Tony, talk to me. What do you want to talk about first? Which one of these fights?
Well, let's talk about just the main card, and it's very interesting. Now, the fourth fight in the main card that starts at 10 o'clock, and I know my brother has had appearance, but in our next one, we're going to be talking about something of UFC 2. But former champion Jan Blachowicz is taking on an up-and-comer named and this is what 4 out of these 5 cards. Boygon Gustav. And you know, what I found very funny is that there's a 9-age difference. Blachowicz is the former champion, but he's 42 years old. He's the favorite. And that kind of surprises me because...
Let's look at the odds real quick. I mean, negative 135 to 115. That's pretty consistent.
Minus, yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of like, this Blachowicz isn't really active anymore, because he's not the champion, but I'm taking this Golgotha guy, Boygan Gustav.
Smells like a cash grab to me. What do you think? It smells like he just wants money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it smells like. So you put him on Fraud Watch? Well, let's fight. It's not a title fight, is it?
No.
But he is a former title holder.
Title champion, yes.
Yeah, it smells like, at 42 years old, smells like money.
Put him on because apparently they see something in him.
At 42?
I'm surprised, yes, putting him, but...
Like, do they see like...
I don't really know.
I don't want to be ageist. Never mind. All right. So, Bogdan Guskov?
Bogdan Gustav.
That's your guy?
That's my pick for this fight.
I think it's going to be a good fight. Okay. Let's talk about the next card. Next fight on the card. Henry Cejudo?
Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo?
Versus Peyton Talbot.
Okay.
Now...
11-year age difference.
There's 11 age difference. And there's another... This is another... So these are a lot of prospects taking on champions. So Henry Cejudo was a 2-time division champion. And he was a flyweight and bantamweight champion. He hasn't been since he retired, and then he came back. And since he came back, he has not looked himself. He's like 0-3 and 1 draw or won no contest. He's taking on a up-and-comer, a guy named Peyton Talbot. Now, Talbot was all the hype going into this year. On the first pay-per-view, this is the last pay-per-view of this year. On the first pay-per-view, he was a minus 1,300 favorite, and he took on a guy that was 10 years older than him, and he lost his first fight. Like that Malcolm Wellmaker guy that we talked about early on.
Yeah.
And everybody gave up on him, and then Talbot's last fight, he was an underdog. He was on a pay-per-view again, and he cashed in as an underdog. But I still don't understand. What I don't like...
He's 10-1, though.
Yes, but like what I don't like sometimes about the UFC, there treat people who they think are big stars and who only win 1 or 2 fights, and they'll give them a top-ranked guy. While these divisions are so hard that if you're not like a big name, you'll be on a 4-5 winning streak. You wouldn't even fight a guy in the top 15.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this fight, but I'm picking Talbot, but I don't think he finishes. And I would put him more on a forward watch, even if he wins this one, because...
Let me ask you a question. Henry Cejudo has a 64-inch vertical. Reach. Peyton Talbot has a 70.5. That's almost a 10% higher reach. Is that significant or no?
I mean, it is, but no, I don't think in fighting it's not.
No?
No.
Okay. Next fight. Brendan Moreno versus Tatsu.
Brandon Moreno.
Dude, you know what? You're the name guy, okay? You just do it.
Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuo Tyler.
Okay.
Now, this is for...
Give me the short version.
That's the winner of this one gets probably the next title shot. Moreno was a former flyweight champion, 2-time flyweight champion.
There's a lot of old dudes on this card.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 31 and the other guy's 25.
Yeah, well, like
there's a big age difference.
There is, but they're trying to put the up-and-comers versus former champions.
Yeah, it feels like there's more old guys than a Moose Lodge. Mm-hmm. But anyways, go ahead.
My pick, I had these next 2 fights, I have kind of had ups and downs about it.
Okay.
Stuff, because I like the underdog to who I'm going to be picking, but I think this new guy, Tyler, we need a change in the division, and he could do something. I'm going to pick him, but I would love to see if Moreno wins.
Okay, awesome. Next fight.
It's the co-main event. The champion, Alexandre Pantoja.
That's not how I was going to pronounce it. Continue. 35-year-old against a 24-year-old. Go ahead.
Joshua Van. Now, which is crazy. Joshua Van has, in the past 14 months, has had 5 fights. And that is so crazy. And I'm talking about the next one, too.
It's like RDR numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
And, he's 20. Ever since John Jones, who was the youngest champion ever at the age of 23, people have been trying to break that record. Now, Joshua Van, if he does, he's 24, but he would be second closest ever. Like I said, I'm also having a difficulty time. I think Alexandre Pantoja is one of the best, but I think he's facing a young, hungry star, and they need something. And that is telling me I'm going to pick that.
So what's interesting is it's a 225 to 190 line. Can I say it like that?
You just say that Pantoja is the favorite.
Yeah, Pantoja is the favorite. I mean, And then, what do you think about this line for the main fight? Talk about the main fight real quick.
Yes, so the main
The co-main, the other co-main.
the main event.
The main event.
The main event. It's Milad Dvalishvili versus Peter Yan. And this is actually a rematch of a couple of years ago when Dvalishvili destroyed this guy and had the most takedown attempts. The most. It was like 11 he took down, and then he had like 49 attempts to Dvalishvili. And he has fought, this is his 5th title fight in, again, 15 months. But if Dvalishvili wins it, this is his 4th title fight this year. And he's trying.
Is he defending his title every time that he does this fight?
Yes.
They made him defend his title 5 times?
No, he wants to do it. He wants to be active.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want to go to Orange Theory twice a week. Okay. So who do you got on this fight?
This one is easy. I like Dvalishvili.
Yeah, so does Vegas, Tony. So does Vegas. I mean, the line is negative 415 to 315. I mean,
Just say minus.
I keep on getting it backwards. Minus. I think we've talked about Dvalishvili before.
Yes. Does he a couple months ago?
I mean, he's good.
Yes, he is.
Okay. Well, I think that's it we have for UFC 323. Is that this weekend? Saturday?
Yes,
December
that's this
6th?
weekend.
Are you working?
No.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
If you want to, yeah.
Caleb, if you're listening, come down to Wilmington. Buffalo Wild Wings? I'll buy you a beer. Come on down. All right. Well, it's a standing invite if you're a fan of the show. I don't know if I'll buy everyone a beer, though. We'll see. Anyways, reach out to us if you have questions. Please reach out to the email in the show notes. Please, we love questions. We've got another episode coming out in about a week and a half. And then aside from that, Tony, got anything else you want to share?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Goodbye, y'all. Lit. That was fantastic.
I
Crushed that.
love it.